Hey guys, sorry. I did not realize how long it's been since I've done a video, so sorry it's taken me so long. The last video that I did, I believe, was just before my Marble Day ceremony. Just before I graduated from the treatment program. I am currently living here at Round Lake. I will be staying here for a while. I'm not sure how long yet. But it's probably going to be for the long term right now. And it's a really good thing. Just in the week that I have been here, I've learned more in this 1 week of doing this, and we've only had, I think, 2 full days of programming, and I've learned more in those 2 days than I did in the whole 7 weeks down there. And because, well, a lot of what they teach in the program is all stuff that I already knew. And up here at the recovery house, it's more in depth on how to apply everything that we've learned, apply all the tools that we've learned in order to deal with our addictions. And it's more one-on-one. It's a smaller group. I only have 2 of my brothers that were in the program with me come up here. And only 2. And so yeah, there's 4 of us living in the house right now. And it's really, the house came together so fast. We connected with each other on a equal level quite quickly, and there is so much that I'm going to get out of this program, through smart recovery, through relapse prevention, through life skills, through cultural teachings, and the list goes on. So much of these tools that we learn in the treatment program, we get to implement them in the recovery program at the house here on a living life skill basis. So how we're going to apply the tools that we've learned out there in the real world. I mean, technically, I'm not out in the real world yet. I'm still very isolated and restricted here at the recovery house. I have to follow the rules and guidelines. I have to be in program from 8:30 in the morning until 4 p.m. We have big book study meetings twice a week at 7 o'clock. I have counseling sessions to be in, and yeah, I have to be accountable, reliable, and dependable to be attending every single program every day here at the house. I don't get a day off, except for on weekends. But even on weekends, that time will be spent self-reflecting and going over what I learned in the week. But yeah, I moved up here to the recovery house right after graduation. I was a bit iffy about it at first because there was a part of me that just wanted to go home and go be with friends and family. But there was also a part of me that honestly knew that if I did, there is the potential for another relapse. And I was not confident enough in my recovery to be accountable and for not slipping if I would have went home. So I knew that I was not done my recovery journey yet. I knew that I had not learned everything that I need to and would like to learn. And at first I wasn't 100% sure if I was making the right choice. But I think the first actual day that we sat down in program with our program manager or coordinator, whatever position title that she has, the very first day that we sat down and had an official program, wow, I got more out of that first day than I did in a whole week of treatment. I'm so excited about the things that I'm going to be learning how to do. And up here at the recovery house, we had even more of an eye-opening experience than we did in treatment, to see where we're at and which areas of recovery that we need to focus on, like codependence and life skills, triggers, boundaries, all those kinds of things. We had to do a questionnaire and see where we ranked, and a lot of us were ranking, well, I can't really say a lot because there's only a few of us, but the three of us or four of us were ranking quite high. So we each knew that we were exactly where we needed to be, and that we had all made the right choice to come here to the recovery house. They just go so much more in depth with the tools. In treatment, they teach you about the tools and just give you a quick overview on how you can use them. But here in the recovery home, we get to actually use them, and we go more into depth on how to do that. So hang on one second. Oh gosh, I am so sore. Thanks to my dear cousins. I won't say her name, but just for confidentiality purposes, but to my dear cousins' workouts that we've been doing here at Round Lake. They've been pretty intense, but it's a good burn. It's a good thing. So in the recovery house, we do weekly personal accountability and reflection sheets. So we do a medicine wheel every day, and we answer a daily personal reflection and write down what we were accountable for, what we're grateful for, how we're going to show our gratitude for what we're grateful for that day. That's something I really, really actually like here. Every morning we open with a smudge and we say a prayer. And we read the daily reflection from the AA book. And then we pick a book that is either from AA, Wellbriety, or like meditation books, daily reflection books, positive affirmation books, just like books specifically to recovery. And we pick a rock. And then we all go around in a circle and we read, a page from whatever book that we pick to read for that day. And then we say 3 things that we're grateful for, and also how we are going to show our gratitude. How we're actually going to show that we're grateful for what we said that we're grateful for. And then we say why we picked that certain rock, what it means to us, and how we're feeling that day, that morning, how we're feeling, and what we're looking forward to, kind of thing. And then we go right into programs. So we do relapse prevention, identifying your high-risk factors, learning the differences between lapses, relapses, and prolapses. So a lapse, or a slip, is a single short-lived action in which you deviate from your goal to abstain from alcohol and other drugs. A relapse is a series of lapses in which someone gradually loses all control of his or her alcohol or other drug use. A relapse is a gradual process, and the person who relapses may or may not return to an original level of substance use. Many recovering individuals do not relapse on their first drug of choice, but on a new drug. Both lapses and relapses can be positive learning experiences, and if it becomes that, then it becomes a prolapse. A prolapse occurs when a person learns the cause of his or her lapse or relapse. The person identifies a formerly unrecognized high-risk situation or trigger and learns how to prevent it from happening again, and learns how to handle the high-risk situation better. So a prolapse results in learning new coping techniques, increases your self-confidence, and decreases the probability of a relapse. So if you have a lapse and you learn from it, you turn it into a prolapse, and that decreases the probability of your lapse turning into a full-out relapse. Another term to know is high-risk situation. This is any situation in which you frequently lapse or slip or are strongly tempted to use alcohol or other drugs. This situation causes stress, and the only way you know how to cope with it is to use alcohol or other drugs. So to turn a lapse into a prolapse, it helps if you can separate yourself from your actions and view them objectively. What went wrong? What could be done differently next time? Remember, one lapse does not make you a failure. It does point out, however, that something is off course and it needs correction. So you can view lapses and even relapses as mistakes with a price tag and not as moral problems or sins. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you a failure. What is the price tag for slipping, you may wonder? Each time you slip, you set your recovery back. It's not a matter to take lightly, but you can come back from it. You can correct the situation. The dangers of slipping are many. A slip increases your craving for your drug to an extent you may not have expected. Cravings grow with only one exposure to alcohol or other drugs. For example, watch how someone gambling on a slot machine keeps playing after just one jackpot, even if hundreds of previous tries have failed. Cravings, they can only subside by your not using. Each time you slip, your self-confidence takes a beating. You will likely need help to rebuild it. Each time you slip, the next slip will get easier and the road will get more slippery. You have the most control before you take that first drink or drug. That control gets weaker with each excessive slip. After enough consecutive slips, you may find yourself at the point of total relapse. This likely means you will need both medical intervention to detoxify yourself and the structure of a program such as inpatient hospitalization or day treatment. Don't let it get that far. Relapse prevention has three major parts. Assessment of high-risk situations. If you are aware of and can predict your high-risk situations, they have less control over you. Learning coping skills for high-risk situations. So you can plan ahead to deal with high-risk situations and learn new skills on how to cope with them. When you learn new effective coping skills, your self-confidence will rise as a result. This will also help you prevent relapse. Some coping skills can be applied to every high-risk situation. Other coping skills, such as methods to deal with cravings, are specific to that high-risk situation or trigger. Attitude change is another one. Besides learning new coping skills, you can learn new ways of thinking. You realize that changing your behavior is not a matter of willpower, but of long-term building of effective coping skills. You also learn to realize that you can change. As this new reality sinks in, you develop new self-confidence and a positive view of yourself. So that is what we learned about lapses, relapses, and prolapses. And we started Smart Recovery today. So SMART stands for Self-Management and Recovery Training. It's important that you know you're not alone, and many people will struggle with a serious addictive behavior during their life. So whether you're dealing with addictive or compulsive behaviors or substance abuse, SMART has information, tools, and techniques that may help you replace your self-destructive behaviors with healthier options. So, SMART is a science-based program. It's built upon well-established scientific approaches used to help people manage behavioral problems and achieve successful change. So, when new information becomes available, Smart Recovery adjusts its program. So, it's constantly changing and evolving, just as human beings are, right? So how it works, they help you look at your behaviors so you can decide what problems need your attention. They also help us stay motivated if we make the decision to change. If we feel we need to work with a therapist in our recovery, they encourage us to do that. They also encourage us to attend SMART meetings. Interacting with others in recovery will help us to understand that we're not alone as we struggle with challenges of recovery. At the same time, we're helping others. Many of us who have walked the path of recovery have found great strength in the heartfelt words of others overcoming similar issues. So it's a 4-point program. That's the heart of SMART. And the 4 points are: number 1, building and maintaining motivation; 2, coping with urges; 3, managing thoughts, feelings, and behaviors; and 4, living a balanced life. So many of the tools and techniques that SMART uses comes from the cognitive behavior therapy. So they're calling it Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy, REBT. And REBT stands for: R is rational, how we think, which influences emotive, which is how we feel, which influences behavior, how we act, which influences therapy, the training to help us learn how to change our thinking to feel and behave in healthier ways. And then it goes, chapter 2 is understanding addictive behaviors. Where do I start? Immediate gratification, understanding addictive behaviors, how to defeat an addictive behavior, understanding recovery, the journey to recovery, abstinence versus moderation, stages of change. And it goes on and on and on. We also do meditation every morning. We also go to the gym. We go for walks. We do chores in the house, of course, obviously. We cook meals. We have a cooking schedule, so we cook lunch and dinner for the house, and we rotate cooking lunch and dinner and whatnot. Breakfast is fend for yourself. Fridays, our town trips are fending for ourselves as well. So I did my accountability sheet, and so right now it's just asking what my recovery goals are for the week, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. All the parts of the medicine wheel. So mentally, I put down to practice mindfulness meditation. That's my goal for the week. My goal for emotional for the week is to be aware and accountable for my emotions. My goal for spiritual is to start practicing more prayer and gratitude. And physical, my goal for the week is to physically be on time all week. That might be a hard one, but yeah. It's coming together quite nicely here, I have to say. I am in a safe place to grow, to evolve, to learn, to heal from my trauma, to forgive myself, to make amends, to succeed. It's been a difficult journey. But it's definitely been an enlightening one, and it's going to continue being an enlightening one. I'm very much looking forward to it, and grateful and blessed for each and every day that I wake up clean and sober. I'm past 90 days now. And to be at that when not that long ago I couldn't even go an hour without using. That is pretty substantial to me. And I have not just come far in my addiction. I have made leaps and bounds in emotional maturity, in mental maturity, in spirituality, physically. I am more fit than I have ever been since high school. I've been doing a lot of good things for myself, and I've been holding myself accountable for each and every single thing. So I wrote in my journal that I have here from one of my guys in the program. And what I wrote down was the reading that I read from today from one of the meditation books that really stuck out for me. And also I'll just read from it. I will realize my own worth when I accept that I have access to a divine source of information. It can be retrieved by anyone who holds the basic knowledge that God is the software. You are the hard drive. When you need to know something, push the faith button. When you need to do something, push the trust button. When you need to remember something, ask God for you to receive grace. When you need reconciliation or restoration in a relationship, push the forgiveness button. Suffering illness or disease, put a power, strength, or wholeness into your zip drive. Format a new thought pattern and a better connection to your source. As a human computer with divine programming, you have all the information that you need. Every button you need to push is in your heart. All of the connecting cords are in your mind. The information package with directions is in your actions. God is your software. You are a divine instrument. Ask whatever you need to do or know to be downloaded from the divine. Today, I am devoted to being a walking, talking human computer. That reading really stuck out for me. Because it's true. It's very true. I got a lot out of that, actually. I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it. And so the daily reflection from the AA book, AA's heartbeat. Without unity, the heart of AA would cease to beat, as Bill sees it, page 125. Without unity, I would be unable to recover in AA on a daily basis. By practicing unity within my group, with other AA members and at all levels of this great fellowship, I receive a pronounced feeling of knowing that I am a part of a miracle that was divinely inspired. The ability of Bill W. and Dr. Bob working together and passing it on to other members tells me that to give it away is to keep it. Unity is oneness, and yet the whole fellowship is for all of us. I really like that one because I can't keep what I've learned unless I give it away. We also had our first AA meeting in the house today, and it went really good. It went really well. I do miss my NA and CA meetings, but we are in the works of getting that on with Zoom or Messenger so that I can at least attend the meetings online. I can't be there in person, but I can still be there on camera. So that will be really good. I'm tired and I'm sore. My body is so sore. So I'm gonna cut this video here. Thanks for waiting patiently, guys. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. This is my room. Kind of hard showing my room, trying to turn a laptop around and around and around and around. Anyway, I tried. Whatever. That was my room. And yeah, I will talk to you guys when I talk to you. Love you all. Thanks for being here for me, you guys. Bye.